Hello and welcome back to another episode of Premier League Preview here on the FSS Football channel. Now, last week was a week of not many surprises, but crazy results. We'll start off with Brighton versus Liverpool. This game, of course, ended 1-0, but the game had more than meets the eye. Neil Maupay missed an early penalty in the 20th minute before on the hour mark where Diogo Jota gave the away side the lead. Late on, Brighton gained a controversial penalty which Pascal Grob took and securely smashed it home for Brighton, sharing the points between the two sides. However, it was the Southampton versus Manchester United game, match preview down below, which provided the most shocks, where Southampton took a 2-goal lead into half-time, but let it slip thanks to an Edinson Cavani masterclass, seeing him score 2 goals and providing the assist for Bruno Fernandes for his goal, and as such playing a part in all 3 goals, which saw Manchester United win the game 3-2 after being 2-0 down. Anyway, let's get into this week's fixtures. Burnley versus Everton. Burnley coming to this game sat in 19th place and off the back of an absolute hammering to Manchester City 5-0. Everton also come to this game off the back of a defeat. However, this was to Leeds 1-0 in a game that was close and either team could have stolen it, but it was just Leeds who happened to steal it on the day. Everton are the better team, and Carlo Ancelotti will not be happy with that defeat to Marcelo Bielsa's men, and will be looking to put it right and looking to refine that form that found them so high up in the table at the start of the season. That Richarlison suspension seems to have derailed Everton's seasons, so they will be looking to try and put it back on track, and I think they will. Burnley haven't been very good going forward. However, I think they will score today. I think Everton will score more. I'm going for a 2-1 Everton win. Manchester City versus Fulham. About this fixture, but I'm going to keep it fairly short. No one here can see anything but a Manchester City win, and I completely agree with that. Man City will win this game. It's just a matter of how much. As mentioned before, Man City come into this game off the back of smashing Burnley 5-0, and I can see another smashing coming up. I think Man City will win this game and win it comfortably. I don't think Fulham are very good. Fulham did score a penalty finally against Leicester. However, I don't think they're going to have enough to beat Manchester City, surprisingly, and I'm going to go for a 4-0 hammering. West Ham United versus Manchester United. Now, of course, I will be doing a more in-depth match preview for this on my channel tomorrow at 12, so please do subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss that video when that comes out. However, what I do think about this game, I think it's going to be a close one. West Ham will sit deep and try and hit Manchester United on the counter-attack. United aren't very good against teams that do that to us. But I think United will win the game. I think it's going to be 2-1, and we're going to continue our pretty good Premier League form despite our defeat to PSG in the Champions League. And to finish off what will be a very exciting Saturday, we have Chelsea versus Leeds United. Now, this game has a little bit of spice to it, thanks to the feud between the two managers, Frank Lampard and Marcelo Bielsa, due to Spygate. Now, Chelsea come to this game sat in 3rd place, while Leeds are sat in 12th. And Chelsea will believe they are in a title race, and deservingly so. They've been fantastic this season, and they come into this game, like I said, in 3rd, 2 points off top spot, which is Tottenham and Liverpool. Chelsea will feel hard done by not to have beaten Spurs last time out, having heavily dominated the game, and having found the net through Timo Werner. The goal was, of course, disallowed, meaning the game did finish 0-0 in a game which Jose Mourinho got his tactics pretty much exactly how we wanted them to be. Just sit deep and don't let Chelsea score, and that's what happened, and we did finish 0-0. Chelsea will come into this game thinking they'll win and knowing they should win, and as good as Leeds was last time out against Everton, I don't see them winning today. I think Frank Lampard will run away with all 3 points, and with 2 goals to his name, I'm going for a 2-0 Chelsea win. West Brom versus Crystal Palace. Now, again, I'm going to keep this one short and brief. West Brom and Crystal Palace, they're both teams average. Both teams will think they can win it. Both teams will think it's going to be a hard game. I think both teams would pretty much be happy to settle with a draw. And I think that will happen. Crystal Palace embarrassing loss to Newcastle United last time out in a game which they heavily dominated. However, Newcastle took their chances when they came to them, through Callum Wilson and surprisingly Joel Linton. Whereas West Brom won their last game after a Conor Gallagher strike. Now, like I say, I think both teams will be happy with a draw going into this game. I think that's what it's going to be. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Sheffield United versus Leicester City. Both of these teams have lost their last game. Of course, Leicester losing to Fulham, where Ivan Cavallero finally scored a penalty for Fulham, putting that horrid run of missed penalties to rest and to bed for Fulham, where Sheffield United lost to West Brom, like I said. Now, I think Sheffield United have a massive, massive problem. And I've said this pretty much every week. They do not have any goal threat. Their attack has as much penetration as a rubber fork. They are awful. They can't score to save their lives. I don't think Ollie McBurney's a very good striker. Ryan Brewster doesn't look the real deal, really. And they've been toothless. And this Leicester City team has a very good defence. And despite losing 2-1 to Fulham last time out, I don't see him losing today. I don't see him conceding. And that's been the case for a lot of Sheffield United this season. They haven't scored, but they've kept the score pretty low. However, I don't see him being able to do that really today. I'm going for a 2-0 Leicester City win. Spurs versus Arsenal. It's the North London derby. A game where form goes out the window. And for Arsenal, this will be the perfect thing, as their form recently has been awful. Whereas Spurs find themselves sitting pretty top of the Premier League. Both teams know they need to win it, and for different reasons. Spurs need to win it to stay top of the Premier League, while Arsenal need it to try and turn their season around and turn their fortunes around. Because so far this season, they have not been anywhere near good enough. Both teams play in the Europa League on Thursday. Arsenal winning against Rapid Vienna, while Tottenham embarrassingly drew to Last Links. Obviously, Manchester United played them off the park, and we scored like 5 against them in one game, and they conceded 3 to them. So up the Manchester United. But back to the game, I do see both teams sharing the points, to be honest. I think Arsenal will perform better because it's a derby. You see it all the time where a team playing badly always steps up for a derby, especially with fans back at the ground. I feel like this could be a tasty affair. And what a game for Tottenham fans to be back in the stadium than for a North London derby. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Liverpool versus Wolves. Liverpool's injury woes have got worse and worse. Now with Alisson being ruled out for about 3 weeks, whilst unfortunately Raul Jimenez has been sidelined for the foreseeable future after an incident in their last match when he collided with David Luiz, resulting in Jimenez unfortunately suffering a fractured skull. Now, of course, it goes without saying, I wish him a speedy recovery and hope he is okay. And we look forward to seeing him back on the football pitch. I can see this game being a touchy affair. I think it's going to be close fought. And I think Wolves is going to be a better outfit to beat this Liverpool team than Ajax was. I think Wolves' defensive structure is so good that Liverpool are going to struggle to try and create chances against this Wolves side. And I think with either Adrian or Kelleher in goal, that there is a chance for Wolves to score, and I think they will score. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And finally, final game of the week is Brighton versus Southampton. I think Southampton are definitely the favourites going into this game. They played fantastically well in the first half against Manchester United, of course, until they collapsed in embarrassing style in the second half. And I feel like they are going to just sort themselves out and play better. Southampton are 10 places above Brighton in the league and 7 points above them. And Brighton come into the game knowing it's going to be a difficult game. I think both teams play good football. And I feel Ralph Hasenhuttl just has the better plays and is just the better manager in general. I think he will win this game. And I think it's going to be a 2-1 Southampton win. Now, on to player to watch. And for me, it's only going to be one man. And it's the Belgian from Manchester City, Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne goes up against the worst defence in the Premier League this week in Fulham. When Manchester City play well, Kevin De Bruyne is usually pivotal in that performance. And I see no change in that today. Kevin De Bruyne is going to be playing against a Fulham team that will be sat back and we won't try and press so much. So as such, he will find space and will be allowed to try some incredible balls into the box, try some long shots. Not to mention he's also the penalty taker for Manchester City. So when they do break into that box and then Fulham puts in a a hard challenge, a poor challenge at that, then he could get a penalty which he could slot home. And as such, I can see him getting a lot of fantasy Premier League points if he's in your team. So I would get him in if you haven't already. Anyway, this is going to be it for this episode of Premier League Preview. Like I said, please do like and subscribe and make sure you turn the notification bell on so you don't miss my Manchester United versus West Ham match preview and then my watch along that will be out on Saturday. Anyway, if you have enjoyed, like I say, hit that like button below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Peace.